And we live, y'all, coming to you live from the new improved Beehive. Better yet, called the Sweet Spot. Know what I'm saying, man? What's going on out there? Yeah, we coming to y'all live from Roosevelt Island, man. Beautiful night, man. Look how beautiful this night is. Beautiful. Let me zoom in. Look at that, man. Come on, man. Yeah, man. Beautiful night. All praise be to Allah, Lord of the universe. Look how beautiful it is out here. Beautiful. It's coming out, get a little air. For some reason, I cannot stay in the house all day. I can't do it. You know, since I moved down here, I've been leaving out every day. Except maybe one day I stayed in all day. You know? Yeah. Yep. Come out, get some air and walk. Because after I eat, I like to take a little walk, man. Instead of just laying down, sitting down. Because then you get that gut. You know what I'm saying? So you gotta keep it moving, keep it grooving, keep it proving. Beautiful, man. Summer's right around the corner, because once you start seeing that it start getting the light stays, like the daylight stays on longer, that's when you know summer's right around the corner. And that's the good thing about it. Yeah, I'm just gonna walk up and then walk around. You know, get a nice little walk. You know, get ready for the mall. Back to Taekwondo with Gary, Cosmic Goddess. Yeah, man. I'm gonna tell you, man, when you become a parent, most of y'all know y'all parents out there. I mean, you can still do certain things that you want to do, but when you got like a child, one child, or a couple of children, man, you got responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? You really got to be, you know what I'm saying, on your A game. And I'm going to tell you something else too. Your health has to be, you know what I'm saying, top notch. So this way you can deal with the different personalities and also be there for them. Yeah, I'm telling you. You know, you don't want to be sickly and stuff like that. You know, and if you are sick, you know what I'm saying, you get yourself back together. All you gotta do is just inbox me. I'm gonna show you how to do it once you tell me what's going on. That's right, them herbs, man, them crystals, that shungite water, sunlight, movement, de-stressing. You know what I'm saying? Reach a new higher blessing. Because life ain't nothing but a lesson. And it's the truth that I'm professing. Like literally. So I'm just gonna walk up to about when we come to the end, and then let's end the live. But I'll let y'all see what's going on out there. Let y'all see who's behind the camera. You know? Yeah, man. Beautiful night. Get that oxygen in, you know. Just had me a meal, my 1 meal per day. Yep, now I'm walking. Okay, now I'm gonna point y'all back in the direction of the lights. We're in full flight, everything is all right. So there you go. This is my life. That's right. Everybody has a life to live. You know? Stars are out. One star. Oh, there's a couple stars. Highway. Yeah. It's beautiful out here, man. This is just the back, though. This is the back of, you know, Roosevelt Island, like the back towards the water. This is the back. Then on the other side there's water, but I guess they would call that the back too. So this is the front. Right, this is the front. My bad. This is the front. That's the back on the other side. Some statues. Yeah. When I first seen those statues, they were in the bag, and I said, oh my God. So I said, maybe somebody put those there. You know, when people put stuff by the water, by graveyards, they'd be like doing certain meditations or invocations. So I just left them. They were in the back. I think it was 3 of them. Just left them. you know? Because at first I thought somebody left their stuff there. I look, you know, my daughter all look like Buddhists. And then I look, I said, oh no, I already know what that's about. That's somebody invoking something, you know, either through, I think it's Santeria, something like that. You know, not all Santeria is evil. Technically, real Santeria don't deal with evil. You know what I'm saying? So, when I saw those statues there, I had in my head like, oh man, spooky. You know, you get those spooky thoughts. I said, oh man, you know, I shouldn't have messed with them. I said, nah. You know what I'm saying? It ain't like you touched the statues. You know, you tried to back up and you left them there. Because once I saw those statues, if you watched the video a little bit earlier, I said, okay. Because I see stuff like that where people place statues or bags next to graveyards, next to water. Usually those be people seeking some kind of blessings, invocations, healings, or maybe they may be trying to work something on somebody, whatever the case may be. But you know, so it is what it is. You know, people got different ways of doing what they do. But I knew from prior experience when I saw it, nope, leave that right there. You know, because they were already in the bag, I think yesterday, yesterday, day before yesterday. So somebody must have took them out the bag. Because in my head, when I first saw it, I was like, oh man, you know, I hope I interfere with somebody's juju. You know, whatever the case may be. You know, because sometimes you mess with people's stuff and that stuff can come back on you. But me, I don't really like attach that to my energy, you know what I'm saying? But there's a lot of strange things that go on in the world that's unexplainable. Like literally. Everything cannot be explained. You know, but most things can be explained when you start reading old books, sacred scriptures, and this and that. You'll see, oh, now I see. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna zoom out right here. Look. See this view? For some reason, when I zoom out, it gets dark. I got to fix my settings, but now going down this way is real beautiful. A couple times me and my daughter went down there. It's like you see more of those high-rise buildings. Because technically, when I look out my window, I see all of this. Everything that you see in my hand, I see all of this out my window. And then in the summer, I can hear the waves crashing against the rocks. Like, totally beautiful, man. You know, who would know that prior, because I've been coming out here for more than 30 years and more, that I would actually be near the water. Now, there's water on the other side, too, but on that side is like factories. This is the best side. This is the front. This is the front. And then you got the back. That's a little ways over. I had did a video prior. Yeah, so I'm taking my little walk, you know, have my little 1 meal. Then later I'll drink me some Perrier seltzer water with lemon, you know. Because I was drinking a lot of kombucha, but I was spending too much money on it. Like more than $60, $70 a week on kombucha. I was like, hold up. You know what I'm saying? You got to stop that. So I went back to my drinking my blends and stuff like that. Then I said, okay, if I want something, you know, a little belchy, I'll just get the Perrier water. Because to me, Perrier is the best seltzer water, you know, me personally, you know. And they don't cost an arm and a leg. And I didn't acquire like a habit like how I was with the kombucha. You know what I'm saying? You know what I realized though? Life is about you looking at everything. It's about you looking at your habits, your wants, your desires, everything, your creativity, your relationships, your family, your children, your, you know, friends and strangers, and then listening to everything that you grasp, and then concluding within yourself, how are you going to live? Like literally, how are you going to move? How are you going to navigate? You know, some years ago, you know, I was doing a lot of lives, especially when COVID had happened. Thank God for live, man, because literally, most of us, you know, we went through that COVID, you know, scamdemic, you know, and, you know, a lot of people, you know, were, you know, I ain't gonna get into that, but, you know, but the truth is out now, and we starting to see that, you know, it's all about, you know, depopulation, you know, and stuff like that. And then I came across some stuff. Nobody really died from COVID. They died from the things that were happening in the hospitals, the ventilators, the drugs they was giving them to shut down their organs. Man, I discovered some stuff that will blow your mind. But you can't let everybody know what you know, because people look at you like, nah, man, they know. So sometimes the information you're receiving, you got to just use it for yourself, keep it to yourself, and only share it with people who may be open-minded or who are on the same wavelength or frequency that you're on pertaining to what you know. Because most people, the majority of people, they are in a high state of ignorance. I hate to say it. They are. And I'm talking about these be smart people, learned people, college degrees, this and that. And then it'd be some of the people who you may have came up with. And many of these people, you may have learned some stuff from them. And here it is, these very same people, when you bring stuff to them, they be so ignorant. I'm like, oh my God. So what I'm learning now, the information and knowledge and wisdom that you get, it's for you. It's for you. If you are receiving it, it's for you. It's not for nobody else, only unless they want to be in a state of receivership, meaning their heart is open to receive the information. Everybody's not in the state of receivership. So why try to convince? Why try to show? Why try to implore, include? You know what I'm saying? Invite. You know what I'm saying? Make aware. Why even try to do that if people are not in a state of receivership? They're not going to receive you. Receivership. I'm receiving, and the ship is going to go in the right direction. So they're not in a state of receivership. So why even waste your time? It's a waste of time. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, in some aspects of life, once you've mastered life, mastering life means you know who you are in the higher elevation of what life is. Life is about breathing in and out. And guess what? The breath of life is what makes us rich, not the stuff we got. That's nice, yeah. But guess what? The breath of life is what makes us wealthy. The breath of life is what makes us rich. Yeah. So life is technically the aspect of breathing in and out. And then the extra component of life is movement and action and frequency and elevation. The creative process, the doing process. You know what I'm saying? And that's basically, you know, what this thing is all about. You know, so I'm realizing more and more and more that everybody's not in a state of receivership. They're not going to hear you. They're not going to feel you. But in some capacity, you still may have to deal with these people in some kind of way and not just have certain conversations with them because they're not where you are, and it's okay. You know what I'm saying? To a degree. As long as you're not becoming ill by their actions, uncomfortable by their actions, angered by their actions. And if you are, then now you got to look at what's going on that's making me feel like this. What's being created? And then you can either do two things. You can either stay and deal, or you can say, I'm going to deal, but I'm not going to stay. Think about that. You can stay and deal, or you can say, I'm not going to stay, but I'm going to deal. Meaning, you stay and deal means what? Then you just deal with it. But if you don't stay and deal, that means that you've concluded within yourself that this is not something that's healthy for your existence of who you are as an individual. Yeah. You know, it's always about, you know, getting the answers, getting the solutions, getting the remedy to whatever ails you. Whatever ails you. We're living in the times now where all knowledge has been made known to us. Everything has been made known. So if you're suffering, if you're going through some stuff, or if you're not advancing spiritually, mentally, emotionally, sexually, whatever the case may be, then that's because maybe you are closed-minded, or maybe you're not connecting with the right people or the right energy or the right information to get you up and out of whatever it is that you may be dealing with that's making you uncomfortable. Because we're living in the greatest times of our lives. All truths are being known. We found out that what? The Democrats been stealing money for how long? 30, 40, 50 years or more, right? Everybody's mad at Trump. They mad at Elon. I'm not mad at nobody. Anybody, I don't care who they are, black or green. If you're going to stop people from robbing us, you know what I'm saying, and taking advantage of us and just mistreating us and doing any old kind of thing that they want to do, hey, it's all about justice for me. It ain't about who's in, who's out. It's about who's doing the right thing for the people. You know what I'm saying? Many people, they don't even know how the government works. You know what I'm saying? This is what I found out. Most people, they like to get their ass kicked. They do. They like to get their ass kicked because they've been getting their ass kicked for so long that it feels good. And now when you get the remedy to what's been bothering you all along, now you resist it. You fight that. You don't want that. You know, you make up all these stories. Oh, they're trying to do that. No, they're not. They're trying to make sure that America don't fall, because America can fall. If there's a lot of waste going on and it's continuous, eventually it's going to happen. The country's going to fall. If you study any country worldwide, what was their downfall? Being disobedient to the Creator, being wasteful, right? And oppressing the people. I'm telling you. You know what I'm saying? Now, some of those things are still going on. But, you know, right now, like I said, we're living in some of the greatest times of our lives. If you need information on anything that I just said, feel free to inbox me. I'll send you a slew of information pertaining to what's going on. Okay? They're finding out. They've been finding out since the new regime has taken over, the new people in office. The Democrats has been stealing. They just did an interview with Maxine Waters. She took $1 million of campaign funds and diverted it to her daughter. I just found that out yesterday. So those Democrats have been crooks for a very, very, very long time. I'm telling you, they've been crooks, man. Stealing the money. Most of those politicians are stealing, but not like those Democrats. That's why I don't vote. I vote for me. Every year I'm voting for me, and I'm voting for the Creator. That's it. So like I said, we're living in some of the greatest times of our lives. The truth is now being made known. Now we see that they've been stealing money. I just found out that they had let a lot of people in, over 800,000, and gave them Social Security. They never paid no taxes into the system. Gave them everything that it takes me and you a long time to get. They just was handing it to these people coming into this country because they was trying to swing the vote. And if they would have won, we would still be under the same shit. They're giving away our taxpaying money, right? Trying to spring up another pandemic to lock us down again. All that bullshit. I'm telling you, man. Most people ain't gonna believe what I'm saying. And guess what? That's on you. That's on you. That ain't on me. You know why? Because I seek knowledge from the cradle to the grave. I deep dive into knowledge. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to believe what the damn news tell me, because if you watch all the stations, they all saying the same shit. Why? Because they're controlled by 3 companies. All the news outlets. It's a lot of information out there. You got your damn smartphone. They call it a smartphone for a reason. They don't call the shit a dumb phone. They call it a smartphone. That means if you use it wisely, you can become smart. You can get information. I'm telling you, man, we live in some of the greatest times of our lives, man. Because all knowledge is being revealed. The plots, the plans, the schemes, the lies, the tricks, and the false dreams that we've been given since we have been invaded. Because technically America is our land anyway. Our ancestors. This is our land. Okay? But that's another lie. So what I'm saying is this here. Most people like their ass whipped. Yeah, they do. They like their ass whipped. Because when we were being treated any old kind of way, everybody sat silent. Now some major changes is coming down the pipeline, everybody complaining. I'm telling you, people are just, you know, ignorant. And they like getting their ass kicked. It's like this. You know somebody where, like, you see something that they don't see and you want to help them? You ever did some shit like that? Trying to help somebody to uplift, to change, and they looking at you like, like, fuck you, blah, 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 you know. And here it is, you mean well. This is the times we are living in. That's why you better save your own ass and those members of your family or loved ones or friends who are what? In a state of receivership, meaning they're going to receive you pertaining to the knowledge, wisdom, and understanding that you have that is right for them to come up, come out, and find some peace and some direction in their lives. That's what life is all about, man. Once you begin to see clearly why you here, your purpose, and what life is all about, life is a journey, it's a test, it's for you to figure some things out. That's why we face obstacles. Oh, you think you going through what you going through because you're beautiful? Or you smart? No, you're going through that because you chose that. Before we came into this earth, we made some choices in the high heavens. The earth is a prison for us. We're in an earthly prison to figure out what we really need to do. So this way, when we leave out, we can elevate the true soul cosmic consciousness, where you will be a resemblance of who you are, but even more brighter and powerful than who you are according to your works that you're doing while you're in the body, while you're in the earth. I'm telling you, that's how deep it gets. I mean, yeah, we want nice stuff. Yeah, we want to eat out, do this, but that's not the real purpose of why we are here. The real purpose is the self-discovery. The real purpose is to figure some things out. The real purpose is to heal. The real purpose is to awaken. The real purpose is to build your soul. The real purpose is to know how everything you see, hear, taste, how it works. What are the ingredients? What's the ingredients? I need to know what's the ingredients of everything. The people I'm around, what's the ingredients? What are they made of? The people that I've been dedicating, trying to do this, what's the ingredients? Do they really, really got my back? Very important, because when you get older, right, and if you have not been taking care of yourself, like many of us have not been doing, we just starting to get back on the good foot, you're going to go through aches and pains and all kind of stuff. You know, you may have to spend some days, you know, hospital, whatever. You know, I try to stay at them hospitals because I'm an herbalist. I use all the herbs from the earth and stuff like that. Not unless an accident happens, something like that, they have to get a cast on or whatever. But, you know, that's why I be hyper vigilant and keep your head on swivel when you're out. Stuff like that. So what I'm just saying is that this is not the bash knockdown. It's just, you know, it's a reality call. We are living. Say it to yourself. Say, I am living in some of the greatest times of my life. Say it. I am living in some of the greatest times in my life. Why? Because all truths are going to be made known to us while we are here. Just like in the times of our ancestors, they got certain truths. Every community gets warners. They get messengers. They get prophets. They get knowledgeable people. You know what I'm saying? Like in the 60s, I think they got Malcolm, they got Martin, 70s, but every group of people get that. And we have been getting that. We have been getting that. Literally. And a lot of that information that was given back then to our ancestors, we're now re-getting it in another form, man. Come on. We're receiving it in another form. There are more people that are conscious about what? Herbs, sea moss, crystals, meditation, you know, like different things, working out, you know what I'm saying? Those things people back in the 70s was doing, right? Prior, in the 60s, in the 50s, our ancestors, they was doing something. So now certain knowledge is regurgitated. It comes back. For who? For the people that are here now. A lot of the old ways are some of the safest and best ways for us, because our people live not hundreds of years, they live thousands of years. Their diet was different, their mindset was different, the air was cleaner, everything. Now we're in the computer age, right? The computer spaces. I was listening to Jimmy Castor bunch last night, and that song, In the Space Age, I'm going to post it on my wall. I want y'all to listen to it. Because last night I heard for the first time exactly what he was saying in the space age. He was saying, don't get caught up, you know, but those wasn't the exact. I said, oh, wow. Before I heard it, but now I'm hearing it. You ever sit back all along? You've been saying the wrong words to the song, right? Then one day, oh, shoot, this is what they were saying. And it's like an awakening. We're living in the times of awakening. Yeah. We're living in some of the best times of our lives. We're living in the times of awakening. And guess what? Everybody is not going to awaken. It's going to be a few of us. Like, how many of y'all alive? Like two people. Okay? And I'm not looking for a lot of people to be on my live, Because to me, 2 people is like 2 million to me. You know what I'm saying? So my thing is that most of the good information that's out there, people don't want that. They want the bullshit. They want the ratchet shit. They want the drama. You know what I'm saying? That's what they want. They don't want the truth. They don't want the light. They don't want the uplifting. They don't want that. And just some parts of us, including myself, we still got to fight against that because we kind of became caught up in some things too because of the programming. Listen, I'm not knocking our people, and you know who I'm talking about. If you look at most of the things that our people are doing now, it's low frequency stuff. How did we get there? You know how we got there? Because most of our leaders were what? They were unalive, right? Right? Most of our leaders became what? Corrupt by money, right? Most of our leaders got caught up in scandal, and a lot of them, they created false narratives, right? And then we started imploding, right? Y'all know what happened to our people in many of our communities, right? Right? Okay. There's a reason for all of that. The strongest gene is going to always be attacked. You are the strongest gene. So expect to be attacked. You are the one that has the knowledge. So expect to be attacked. Expect to be attacked. Expect them to reject you. Expect them to act funny with you. Expect that because you are the strongest gene. Okay? If you was the weakest gene, nobody ain't going to bother you. Life ain't going to test you. You're the strongest. So that's why you may be going through what you're going through right now. You are the strongest gene. And the universe is saying, clean up. Whether it's your diet, whether it's how you feel about yourself, whether it's how you're spending your money, whether it's your relationships, whatever it may be. It's talking to me too, because I'm talking to me as I talk to you, because I'm hearing myself talk. So this is what the universe is saying. Clean up your act. Okay? If you know you got issues with whether it's your weight, your diet, your mobility, or whatever, look at what you are eating. Look at what you are putting in your system. You are what you eat. Because I know sometimes when I veer off, I might, and I be feeling funny the next day. I say, oh, I know why I ate that. That's not what I normally eat. And then for us who are eating all the wrong stuff, right? That's why we're feeling the way that we're feeling now, because that stuff accumulates. And then over time, what happens? What happens is all that stuff we've been putting in, it manifests itself through what? Our attitude, our mobility, through how our body looks, everything. And then we say, oh man, what happened to me? What happened to many of us was we're not reading the ingredients. Okay, let's get back to that. We're not reading the ingredients. Those ingredients entails everything about life. Every single thing about life. So you got to read the ingredients pertaining to everything about life. And so you can know. No one is going to save you. The doctor, he's not going to save you. You ever went in the doctor's office and the doctor take your blood pressure? But have you ever looked at that doctor? He more jacked up than many of us going in there to see them, right? So don't think they can save you. They can't save you. You got to save yourself. We're living in some of the greatest times of our lives. And just remember, if you're breathing in and out, you're rich. The breath of life is what makes us rich. Okay, so just remember that. I just saw the tram. Let me see if I can catch it, so y'all can get to see it. Okay. I just saw it. But anyway, summer's around the corner, because when you start seeing like the day lasts a little longer, y'all know summer going to be here soon. So, I just wanted, I didn't come out thinking I was going to say this, you know what I'm saying? But hey, that's why after I eat, I take a little walk. Take a little walk and then, get some fresh air. You know what I'm saying? So start reading the ingredients, okay? Read the ingredients. Read the ingredients that people come with. Look at your own ingredients and see what you gotta remove in your life path, in your life, your soul, your spirit. And just take one thing at a time. You don't got to do everything. Do one thing at a time. Master that, then move on to the next thing. Some of us can get rid of everything in one swoop. Some of us got that power. We got that free will. Some of us aren't able to do it because, you know, we got those urges for certain things. I get it. Been there, done that. Okay? No one gets out alive, but while you are living, you want to have quality of life. Quality of life. And it's doable. Read the ingredients. Okay? Many of y'all know I'm an herbalist. Okay? A lot of times, you know, a lot of those urges are because you got parasites. Yeah, you got parasites. Yep. And they want that stuff that's no good for you. That's why you're irritable. That's why you got all these different things going on. Got parasites. So you're going to have to, you know, clean out them parasites. You know, we got some herbal packages available for y'all. We'll walk you through the steps where you can, you know, use it along with your daily regimen. You know, you got a blender. I walk you through all the steps. So this will get them parasites out. And then certain stuff you got urges for, you won't have them no more. A lot of us need a cleanse. And I ain't talking about going to the doctor and letting them give you, I see people going and they be sticking that thing in their rectum and cleaning them worms out. That's just only one part of it. But if you really want to get deep, you got to get into the herbs, fruit, you know, eating a lot of fruits and stuff like that, and clean out your system. Once you clean out your system, a lot of foods that you got urges for, you will no longer have those urges. Islam, brother. You won't have those urges, I'm telling you. So you're going to have to, anybody that's serious about what I'm saying, inbox me. You know, some of y'all got my number, text me, whatever. You know, because what we got on board now, let me tell you what we got on board. We got on board the full body detox. We got full body bone herbs. It deals with all your bones, strengthening your bones, dealing with those issues with the bones. We got the brain, the cognitive herbal packs, where everything will deal with your nervous system and your brain. Okay? But the first thing you have to do, you got to do a detox to get them parasites out. Got to get them parasites out. Them parasites go in your heart, they go in your brain, they go in your lungs, your liver, they be all over your body. So you want to do the parasite cleanse. But first what you want to do is, once you do that, you want to keep doing it. We're going to show you how you can keep doing it every day along with your blending. Depending on, like if you blend 3 days out of the week, we'll sure can do it. Because now once you start doing it, that's going to be your main regimen. Because now you ain't got to say, oh, I got to do a parasite. No, because if you're blending, you're going to already put those herbs in your blend. So now that becomes your foremost habit. Then as you do that consistently and constantly, then we're going to show you the other aspects that we are making available and have made available to certain people. But you got to be committed. I can't commit for you. You have to commit to yourself. We commit to everything else and everybody else, and we neglect ourselves. Your health is your wealth. Okay? The breath of life is what makes you rich. You cannot go to work. You cannot be there for people or nothing if you are sick. Okay? Yeah, we're aging now, but that don't mean you got to be busted, looking all busted. You know what I'm saying? Got all these different issues. No, you got parasites. You got parasites. You need to clean that system out. We are going to walk you through all the steps. Literally. And then once you get yourself together, if you want to start your own little business, doing what we're doing, we're going to even give you that information. See, because we're not just trying to keep all the information for ourselves. My goal is to help you help you. You want to make some money? That's cool. I'm going to show you how to get yourself together. So when you present yourself to people, you're already shining. You're already healthy. So when you say, hey, I got these herbs, this and that, they're going to say, oh, I can see something about you. You look strong. You're glowing. You're not bent over. You got to get them parasites out of your system. That's your biggest problem for many people. I'm telling you. And then you continue using those herbs when you make your blends. So now you ain't got to worry about parasites. Is what? You're using herbs to what? Get rid of parasites. Talking about the eggs and everything. Because listen, I'm telling you, man, I'm finding out some stuff that will blow your mind. Them parasites, they shit and piss inside of you. You see how you go shit and piss? They shit and piss. They lay eggs, thousands of them. And you may not know, but you got them all in you. And it's not only until you start using these herbs that we got to clean your system out that you're going to elevate to the next level. And you're going to see, you're going to be dropping some weight. Your skin going to get clearer. The aches and pains going to go away. Your thoughts going to be clearer. Your eyes going to clear up. Your skin going to clear up. You're going to have more energy. And you're going to really start to enjoy life. Now you're going to have quality of life. You're going to be shining. People are going to see you from like 1 block, 2 blocks away. Say, wow, look at that glow. Something about that person. And you're going to feel it. I'm telling you. And you're going to be saying, oh my God, I never even knew this. You know why you didn't know it? Because information. Sometimes we get stuck with the same information. Your data is outdated. We're not using Windows 2 no more. Windows, I don't even use Windows. I use Mac. But what I'm saying is that your information, your data is outdated. It's not for this time now. Some of it you may can use, but the majority of your programming is outdated. That's why you keep going through and getting stuck in the same rut. I even had to look at myself. That's why I stopped drinking the kombucha. I said, hold up. I'm buying too much of this. They say it's healthy, yeah. Then I had to look at, oh, it got 20 grams of sugar. So if I'm drinking 3 a night, that's 60 grams of sugar. Sugar's the enemy. That's another thing. But there's other alkaline sugars that you can use. Like, you know, we like sweet stuff, but you can swap out. I'm going to show you everything. Okay? We do a consultation. We're going to show you everything. Share this video, man. We're going to show you how to get you back together. I don't care how old you are. If you're still breathing in and out, that means that you are rich. The breath of life is what makes us rich. So what I'm saying is that whether you're watching this video now or later, if you really want to get your shit together and have some quality of life until you leave out the body, I'm going to show you how to do it, because I'm doing it. I'm doing it. And you're going to be able to see who you really are, because you really don't see who you are. You really don't know who you are. Why? Because you got parasites inside of you. You got parasites inside of you, and you got parasites around you. So once you get those parasites outside of your system, then you're going to be able to think clearer, breathe better, walk better, energy-wise. You'll be smiling more. You'll be more at peace. You'll sleep better and all of that. And those cravings that you've been having, they will dissipate. I'm even going to show you how to put other things in place of those things that you've been craving, but they're going to be healthy. They're going to be alkaline. They're going to be organic. And they're going to take a whole lot of money to get the stuff. But first, you got to do that cleanse. You got to cleanse. Get them parasites out. So if you're serious about what I've been saying, because I didn't come out here to speak about that. The universe guides me in specific times to speak about certain subjects and topics. You know, and my thing is I like to share with people some of the good, healthy things that I am doing for myself. It's important. If I'm your friend, you my friend. Right? Now, let me tell you how you're going to know somebody's your real friend. They're going to share some helpful information with you pertaining to health. Literally. They're not going to try to tell you, oh, man, you know, they're not going to tell you. They're going to say, hey, this is what I'm doing. I'm doing something that's, I got more energy. I feel more healthier. Look at my skin, man. I had all this stuff on my skin. You know what I'm saying? Listen. I have witnessed with my own eyes some of the things I've been creating. I'm telling you, man. I don't care what kind of skin issue you got. We got something for that. Internal issue, we got something for that. Spiritual issue, we got something for that. Whatever you dealing with, we got something for that. Literally. But the key is, you got to do the consultation with us. And then we're going to move forward pertaining to your situation. And we're going to meet you where you are. We're not going to tell you do what we're doing. We're going to meet you where you are and walk you through it until you are doing it for yourself. Then from there, we're going to show you how to set up where you can make money off of the information that we shared with you through the consultation, because you're doing it. You becoming what we have already become, and we're going to show you, and then you're going to be, like how they say, a testimony for other people, because they're going to say, wow, I remember you was walking. Wow, look at you. Like, what are you doing? Well, if you're really serious about what I'm doing, we offer a consultation. And then you explain to them what a consultation is, because you're going to hit me up and I'm explaining to you what it is, because you're going to do a consultation with me. And then not only, because this way you're not giving away free information no more. Because most people, they want shit for free. And then they'll go to somebody else and pay them for the information, right? But the free information, they don't want to pay you. So, I'm not saying, like this is about money. But guess what? You are money. Your health is the money. You can't make money if you're sick. Okay? So my thing is that we're going to connect you to all the different aspects of healing yourself first, learning more about yourself, because you're going to do the consultation. Then we're going to show you how you can, after you've learned everything and practice, because you got to practice what you preach, then we're going to plug you in on how you can create your own business outside of your other things that you do. That's how it goes. Okay? Because there's enough money for everybody. People, I'll give you an example. I know a lot of people that sell crystals, but they don't know nothing about the stones. I do. Many of y'all know that. You go by, well, what that do? They don't know nothing about it, but they're selling them because they in it for the money. They're not in it for the healing. They're in it for money. They're not in it for, hey, how you doing? They're not in it for healing. They just want to make money. I've been to a lot of crystal shows. Those people, most of them, they don't know nothing about the stone. They don't. I've asked a lot of them, what this stone mean? And then I'm teaching them. They looking at, oh, well, I hear that. Because here's the deal. Everything from the earth deals with cosmic medicine. Okay? We done tried their medicine. Their medicine is not healing us. It's not working for us. If it wasn't, everybody would be cured. Why I got to keep going back? Why I got to keep going back and filling up my script? The shit ain't working. So I got to go back to the earth, Mother Earth, and get the earthly cosmic medicine from the earth. The earth brought me birth. The earth is going to, the earth brought me up. The earth brought me birth. The earth is going to bring me death. Right? So my thing is, let me go to the earth and get the healing. But like I said, most people like getting their ass kicked. You know what I'm saying? Most people like getting their ass kicked. Yeah. Then they're done that. So my thing is that I'm going to walk up, because my thing is this here. Your healing is right underneath your nose. The problem is you're procrastinating. You're full of shit. You'd rather go to the other man instead of coming to the brother man. Like most of us, we're conditioned because we feel if we go to them, it's some kind of honorary thing. Instead of coming to one another, especially if you got the knowledge, you got the wisdom and understanding that I don't have. I'm supposed to come to you, and I'm supposed to be humble and say, sister, brother, I'm here. I know you got this wisdom. I know you got the knowledge and understanding. I'm here. I'm putting my ego to the side because I know you know more than me in particular areas. So I'm going to humble myself. Can you enlighten me? Okay? That's right. But we ain't doing that. We going to the other man instead of the brother man and the sister man. And that's why we still stuck. That's why we still suffering. And if you've been looking at yourself lately, it's getting worse and worse and worse and worse. Think about it. And we all got different issues. Some of us got anger issues. Some of us got sex issues. Some of us got low self-esteem issues. We all got different issues. So look at what's ailing you. Because I'm looking at what's ailing me. I make confessions to myself. I don't go and confess nothing to nobody. When I'm making my prayer and meditation, I'm confessing everything that I know and see about me. Whether it's from the past, in the here and now, constantly remembering, hey, you're not perfect. But guess what? The Creator has brought you through the trials and tribulations of the hell's fires. And sometimes we still go through hell's fires. And those are tests. Because fire purifies too. It just don't burn. In some cases, fire purifies and fire forms. Yeah. Okay? So what I'm saying here is that we're living in some of the greatest times of our lives. Literally, y'all. We're living in some of the greatest times of our lives. Because all knowledge has been revealed and being revealed. So we're living in some of the greatest times. We're finding out the government been stealing from us. We busting our ass paying taxes and shit. Working jobs, trying to make ends meet. Hustling and bustling. Come to find out they've been stealing. How in the hell you gonna be a senator and a congressman, woman, and your salary is what? 60, 70,000 a year, but yet you got a net worth of 10 million, 23 million, 40 million. How is that possible? Because you are a crook. You're a thief. You understand? Yeah. So that means that there's corruption in high places and the truth is being revealed. And for y'all who want to get on, this and that, listen, you want to stay stuck, you stay stuck. I'm looking for the people that's doing the job and that's exposing shit that we didn't even know about. Think about it. For the last few years, all these other people we had voting for, we didn't know what they were doing. Now we starting to find out what the hell they was doing, man. They were stealing from us. Stealing. Taking our money. Funneling money. You see that? Doing all kinds of behind the door deals with Big Pharma and all them other people. Yeah. Most of y'all don't even know how the system works. You don't know how the system works. I didn't even know until I start studying other information and not just watching the news. Had to find other news, underground stuff. You know? So there's a mass awakening going on. The truth will only set you free if you want to be free. They say the truth will set you free. It's not going to set you free if you don't want to be free. The truth only sets you free if you want to be free. If you don't want to be free, and freedom is a frequency. Freedom is a mindset. Freedom is not because you're able to walk from the corner store back home and this and that. No, that's not freedom. Because what you could be going to the store for could be the thing that imprisons you the most. The things you put in your system. The things you give to your brain. We all are dealing with some kind of, I'm going to call it test, trials, and tribulations. We all are. Well, what I'm saying, you got parasites in you. I think I'm going to take my little walk over here like I normally do. But you got parasites in you. And you got parasites around you. And I'm going to say this to you. Some and most people, they're not going to be happy for your happy. So, this new mission that you hear me talking about, that you're going to inbox me or Text me, say, yo, I'm ready. Okay? And this time, you're going to be ready and you're going to stay committed. Most people that you may know, or some, they don't really got your best interest at hand. They want you to be just like them. Sick. They want you to be a goddamn bum in the street. I hate to say it, but they do. Yeah, but your real friends, the people who love you, like you, or respect you, or have care and concern for you, they're going to tell you about health. Why? Because your health is your wealth. Your wealth ain't your health. Right now, there's a rich man in the hospital. And he said, oh, I wish I could just be healthy again. Your wealth ain't your health is your wealth. So, what we want to do, I normally walk through this way here because there's a lot of rich folks that live down here, right? And I met this white brother and I met this Spanish brother, and he would tell me how they would throw guitars in the garbage. Word up. Nice stuff in the garbage. So what I would do, no, I'm not a garbage picker. I would just walk through and I would find, like, let me see, I found the lamp that I needed. I had to spend $100-something for the lamp. Works, everything. What else? A few nice things I found. But they had stopped putting it out at night, and now they do it at 11 o'clock. But I got things I got to do. But case in point, because everything is connecting. What I'm really saying is this here. The new ventures that you're going to be involving yourself in, you don't have to tell people, oh, yeah, man, I'm eating right. Yeah, I'm going to the gym. You ain't got to tell people that. You know why? Because they don't really give a fuck. They may not really have your best interest at hand. They may feel insecure because you're doing something good for yourself. And they feel insecure. I'm telling you. That's how it be. So what I'm saying is, don't let them know nothing that you're doing that's going to elevate yourself. Let them see your magic after. Work your magic. Put your spells together and your concoctions and your brews together. That's just a figure of speech. Because the concoctions and brews, babe, look how beautiful these flowers are. The concoctions and brews basically is the information that you're receiving tonight, and you're going to receive more. And you're going to use that to put together your plan, your new plan for yourself, for the here and now. The old plan ain't working. Say it. The old plan ain't working. Say it right now to yourself. The old plan is not working. It's not. It's outdated. Okay? It's like with a computer. You're the living computer. Okay? So we gotta reboot, recharge, change the data. It's outdated. What up, man? So we gotta utilize new information. Yeah. We gotta utilize new information so we can reach higher cosmic elevation. There's nothing wrong with old information, because the old information got us to where we are now. If we didn't get them Jews the old information, we wouldn't be where we are now. So that old information played its part, gave us the start to be where we are now. So I'm not knocking the old information. What I'm saying is that when you step into a new mindset that requires new objectives, it requires fresh eyes, new insights. Yeah. A stronger workout. I ain't talking about going to the gym, but hey, that helps too. So what I'm saying is that you got parasites in you. You got them in you, and you got them around you. Well, what we want to do, we want to get into a regimen where, y'all got to bear with me on this one, where we are putting in the right minerals in our body, get rid of the parasites, keep them out of our body, put other minerals in the body, so we get the new information that the Creator has for us. Because as you clean out, you get new information. As you declutter, the energy changes. The frequency is different. You ever been in a nasty, dirty, cluttered room and then you cleaned it up? Mop the floor, sweep the floor, clean the windows, paint job, you know, and freed up that space. You notice the difference? This is what we want to do on the inside. So like I said, got parasites in you. You want to clean them parasites out. You want to get on board so you get the right minerals in your body to keep your body functioning. And if you decide to do a consultation with me, we're going to talk about 7 things that I have discovered from studying, watching other people's videos, but also working with my own self. You know, because many probably don't know, but some years back I had got deathly ill, and I healed myself with herbs, crystals, and different things like that. And from doing that, that made me see that, you know what, I can heal myself because I had the information. I had the herbs in the house. Now, if I did not have the information, which was old information, right, that never gets outdated, because each time you use it, it works each and every time. So that information does not become outdated. I'm talking about the information that becomes outdated is that information that we have been using that we see don't work anymore. That information is outdated. You've been doing it, failure, failure, failure. So you know that information you can't use no more. It don't work. It don't work. You get the same result each time you use it. So it don't work. So when you step into the new information, you want to be together or working on yourself on the inside to receive all the components of what that new information has to offer you. I'm going to tell you why. Because if you are clogged with that old stuff, you may be resistant to the new stuff that is going to put you in a better position. It's like somebody working at a job, right? You notice at a job, when you're working at the job and they got some new systems that they're going to be using, don't they train you for those systems? 2 weeks, 30 days, some systems 6 months, some a year, right? Why do they do that? Because they want you to be able to perform the task at the job. If they're not training you and showing you, how you going to do what it is they want you to do? So it's the same thing with what I'm saying here now. In order to understand how to do what it is that may be new, you're going to have to follow somebody that's already doing it, that know more about it than you, that has the insight, that knows this is how it's done. I'm going to have to humble myself and learn from this person. Because this person has something that's going to put me in a better position. So I'm not going to fight and argue and bring my ego to the situation. I'm going to come in humility. Because everything I'm going to learn from this person is going to elevate me. And a lot of times people, they don't understand that. And they be having the jewel, the gift of the Nile, right there in their house. Right there in their neighborhood. Right there in their building. But because of fear and ego and division and all this other bullshit going on, you don't connect to the right people. Because of whatever hang-ups you may have, or whatever hang-ups they may have, or whatever hang-ups the society as a whole has. So everybody is, yo, I can't speak to this person. I can't, no, they're not with my tribe. That's not my crew. But yet the person who we aren't interacting with, that person may have a whole heap of knowledge. And you be like, oh shit, I never looked at it like that. I know some stuff. I know I'm pretty smart. I've been around some smart people. But this person is giving me a different perspective of something that I never even thought about. I never even knew existed. Yo, I want that. Because if you're a seeker of truth, if you're a seeker of knowledge, then you want that. Why? Because you're going to be more happier, healthier, and more at peace. Isn't that what you want? I know damn sure I want that. I want it. I need it. Why? Because I'm more content and fulfilled. And I feel more, not just living, but I'm thriving. See, we don't want to just live. We want to thrive. We want to be in the right creative energies, the right creative mindsets. So when we are fucking up, when we are not doing the right thing, when we get distracted, right? When we go almost veer off the cliff, this new information is going to say, you know that's not who you are anymore. You've outgrown that. What are you doing? That's not your frequency anymore. You've elevated scientifically, emotionally. You have elevated. You know that this is, it's not going to be beneficial for you. And I'm going to say this, then I'm going to end the live soon. Once you connect to those components, your thinking changes, your relationship changes, how you spend your money changes, right? How you communicate with your folk change, and you're able to see who you really are. I'm talking about every aspect of your emotional frequency will be revealed to you. And then that's when you can really begin to heal yourself and do that work, that cosmic work, that unseen work that you know more about than anybody, because you're getting honest and real with yourself. Now, are you willing to do that? Because remember what I said earlier, you got parasites in you and you got parasites around you. So first, you want to get the parasites out of your body, out of your system, so you can start having that energy that you need, that spirit that you need, those visions of your life that you see, that you dream about, those relationships, those understandings, those manifestations, those proclamations, all of that. So this way you can see the world for what it really is, and you won't be fooled, you won't be tricked no more. And if you, like I made mention earlier, veer off, you will be able to say, hey, abort. You're going the wrong way. You're thinking the wrong thoughts. Nah, this ain't a good look. Let me show y'all this moon, man. That's what knowledge does. That's what wisdom does. And once you use the knowledge and the wisdom, then you get understanding. That's when you get understanding. You get the knowledge. You apply the knowledge. It becomes wisdom. You use the wisdom. It becomes understanding. That becomes your thoughts. That becomes who you are. Because the goal is to be upright. Yeah, you want to be upright. And you're not doing this for nobody else but yourself and your family and your near relations. So, if push comes to shove, they know that there's somebody right-minded that they can come to that ain't gonna give them a bunch of bullshit, right? Or side with them because they don't want to tell them the truth. No. We want the truth. The truth will only set you free if you want to be free. I'm going to say it again. The truth will only set you free if you want to be free. Now ask yourself, do you want to be free? Because you can walk to the corner store, like right now I'm walking, but that don't make me free. What makes me free is the information. I remember the first lady that taught me about crystals. She was a Cuban lady. Her name was Miss DeValier. Never forget her. She said, you got to always ask yourself, is your knowledge working for you? I said, wow, that was deep. And I didn't quite fully understand it. And now I do. You know what I'm saying? Now I do. Is your knowledge working for you? Because you could be the smartest motherfucker in the world. But is your knowledge working for you? Is it elevating you? You know? Is it making you so rich? I ain't talking about so rich. I'm talking about soul rich. Big difference. That's what I'm talking about. Soul, S-O-U-L, rich. Where, man, you know what? You're appreciative for your blessings, for your lessons, right? You're appreciative for the changes that you're making in your life path. You're appreciative for the few good people that God has allowed to be in your life, amongst your life, the people you are encountering now and down the road. Because I'm going to say this. As you begin to grow up, see, I said this some years ago, our age don't make us grown-ups. Our right-minded thinking is what makes us grown-ups. Because y'all know, as grown folk, we have fucked up. We have made some mistakes. And thank God we are still here, living to tell the story. Literally. Because there are some mistakes that there is no coming back from. And there are some mistakes, right, that people made, that we made, that they didn't make it. They wasn't given the second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh chance, right? The universe is at, and I'm not saying, you know, like compare yourself to, but what I'm saying is that, you know, we may have been in the same, like I'm giving an analogy, the same smoke-filled rooms, right? And shit hit the fan. Now, I'm not saying it like in that particular. I'm talking about in different situations that you may have been in where, you know, it got a little hairy. You know what I'm saying? And like we were able to get up and out and then grow and then look at situations and say, yo, man, I made it through some shit. Whereas others may not, because maybe that was their time to leave. Because we all got different times where, you know, the Creator going, you know, whatever. And, you know, I'm not saying it's favoritism, but I'm just saying, you know, like kind of look at certain situations and say, yo, man, I'm here for a reason. I'm not just here for the season. I'm here for a reason. So every day we want to like thrive, not jive, and look at the ingredients. Not just the ones on the food we eating, but who we are with, who's around us, all of that. We want to look at the ingredients that they present to us, and y'all got, excuse me, I'm eating this apple while I'm talking, bro. We want to look at the ingredients. And then, a few more things I need to say. When you start to make the headway through the cosmic gateway, because the cosmic life has gateways and doors. There are gateways and doors, and you're going to be going through different gateways and different doors. Physically, in dream state, in communication, and some things you're going to think of, wants, desires, and they're going to manifest ASAP. Literally. That's how deep it gets. So, what you want to do is just remember this. This knowledge that you are receiving is not going to take away all of the things that life naturally does. Death, people breaking up, the shit that people go through in life. It's not going to take away those things, because those are natural factors of life. Those things have to happen. And those things that happen only happen to make you stronger, if you look at it like that. Some things we may not be able to look at it like that, because it may be a painful situation at that time, and I get it. Death, you know what I'm saying? Someone you really love, stuff like that. I get it. So you're not going to be perfect. So life is still going to happen, but you got better, like the brother said, life tools. You got better life tools that you can use to get through. That's one thing I want to say. Then the second thing I want to say is this here. You still are going to be challenged and tested, because your light, it becomes bright. And certain things and people ain't supposed to be around you. So your light is going to disintegrate them. Yeah, it's going to disintegrate them. Yeah, it might be people 20, 30 years, because I had that happen with me. People who I know for more than 20 years, I no longer have any kind of closeness with them. If I see them, be, hey, hi, how you doing? But like the bonds and all that. So there's going to be quite a few things going down, but just remember that it's all part of the purification process. Now, third, I need to say this, because I caught myself doing this. People who will do you wrong, you may feel some kind of way, where you want to maybe get some kind of revenge. I don't know how you get your revenge. We all got different ways of getting revenge. What I'm going to say, don't even go there. Because that's when you're going to really see your maturity level, your cosmic maturity level. Just say, you know what? Because I did this today. I get it. Yeah, we once was cool, and we once shared some good times, and it was all good, but now we on different pathways. So, you are where you are, and I am where I am. And where I am, I'm going to, or I'm moving towards a better understanding of where I am and who I am. So I'm not going to let my emotions, because emotions can throw you off. I will try not to let my emotions put me in a mindset where I'm feeling some kind of way, and it's making me feel uncomfortable when I know I'm supposed to be on this new pathway. And the reason why I needed to say that, because I had a situation a couple of days ago, you know what I'm saying? And I said, wow, look at this here. You know what I'm saying? But then I have to say, yo, you got to remember, man, that everybody got their own mindset. And they may not be healing or moving the way you perceive, want them to do, or they may not be the person that you used to know. That's somebody else. And so you're going to have to find acceptance with that. And sometimes people make different decisions outside of the decisions that you may want them to make or wish for them to make, or what you may have felt that they should have made because of who you are, or whatever bond that y'all may have had. So you got to be aware of all those unexpected occurrences when it comes to people, and like just emotionally get yourself back and say, okay, it is what it is. I'm on this mission of healing. I'm on this mission of really trying to, and not just trying to, but I am doing the necessary work that I need to do to constantly be looking at who I am and what makes me tick. Literally. And the reason why I'm saying this, we ain't going to be perfect. The goal is to be aware, like solidly aware within yourself. So this way, you don't fuck yourself up. Because sometimes emotions can take you places and you be like, damn, how the fuck I got, excuse my French, but how did I get in this situation? Because you got too emotional about the situation that happened. So your emotions overrule your knowledge, wisdom, and understanding, right? And the emotions did what? It got you in a trap, right? The feelings got you caught up in some shit. And then when you calm down, you say, damn, yo, what did I do? Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I shouldn't have reacted like that. So we don't want to put ourselves in situations that we cannot come back from. So just know that this journey entails everything. But the good thing about the journey is this here. And I'm in the live. You got the creative components and the creative processes to bring you back out of insanity. So you got answers. Whereas if you didn't have the answers, then you would just go straight off the cliff. But you got answers. And that's the gift of what we're hearing, what I'm hearing, what we're beginning to know. And all of that comes from when you are tapping in to yourself, you're tapping into the universe, you're tapping into others who know a little bit more than you, or a lot more than you, and it's an equal exchange of information. That is the finality of it all. I get what I need to get. I grow myself. I grow my soul, and then those who are in a state of receivership to receive what it is that I know or have, then I will share it with them. Yeah, I will share it with them. And how do I do that? I do that through a consultation. So this way I'm not wasting my time. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want to waste our time with people who are bullshitting. We don't want to waste our time with people who really aren't going to use and utilize the information. That's why I said the first aspect of the life path is to save yourself first, work on yourself first, and then warn your near relations. So that means your children, you know, your friends, acquaintances, who admire you and look up to you, and they know that you are going to give them the information and the direction and insight that they need. That's why they come to you. And if they're already coming to you, then you are the cosmic one. We are the cosmic ones. Because people know I'm going to go to such and such, and I know I'm going to get exactly what I need. They're going to tell me, not what to do, but they're going to give me some insight that's going to, that's going to make sense. And I'm going to utilize it. Because sometimes we can give people a whole lot of insight and stuff, and they don't, right? Been there, done that. And sometimes I encounter people like that. That's why I tell them, for y'all who just came onto the live, let me just reiterate what I was saying earlier, and then I'm going to end the live. After you do the parasite cleanse, right, then there is other aspects that I'm going to show you that you can do, and then you can teach other people on how to cleanse themselves of parasites. And then I'm going to show you how to make a business out of it. So once you start committing to yourself, what I know, I'm going to teach you. Then from there, I'm going to show you how you can make a business out of it. You can have a regular gig, but still, you may come across people where they may be or have been in a situation that you're now growing out of, coming up out of, and you're ascending. Ascending means you're going from one level to another, which is healing and purification. So this way, outside of your regular job and your other little side jobs, now you got another aspect of business because you're going to have the tools. That's my aim. That's my goal. That's why the consultation is vitally important. So hypothetically speaking, you're already doing what I'm doing. You can sift through and separate from those people who are not sincere by saying, well, hey, we do a consultation. What is your budget? And they'll say, okay, well, I can afford X, Y, and Z. Okay, are you ready to do the consultation now? If they say, yes, I am, you have them cash app you the money. Boom. And then you start the dialogue. I'll show you how to do all that. So this way, you will be able to facilitate plan of action, and you won't be giving away free information. Because some of us, we give away free information to people, and then they go right down yonder, and then they, like I may mention earlier, they'll go support the other, but they won't support the brother or the sister. So what we want to do, because remember, if you're doing something positive and good and it's working for you, and you see that it's working, then that may be something that you can also make into a side business. And so what I'm saying is that, being that I have a lot of insights and information, anyone who wants to venture off into that, because it's like a 5-part process. We're going to be learning about the herbs, what the herbs do for the body, how to use the herbs, how to blend the herbs, or how to prep for the herbs, because the body is electric, and so you want to have the right minerals going into your body to keep you healthy, so you can be strong to go to work, you can be strong to be there for your family and loved ones, and so on and so forth. So, like I said earlier, I did not intend on doing this live when I came out. I just was doing a live just to talk about how nice it is out here. It's beautiful. But I'm getting ready to go in, so I just wanted to share that with y'all. And so, start reading those ingredients. What you're putting in your system, read the ingredients. You see some strange words, you're going to put, what are the effects of such and such? I'm giving everybody homework. Cosmic homework. Anything you eat or buy, look at the back, get you some good reading glasses, and write down all the ingredients. Then take your smartphone and Google, what are the harmful effects of such and such? Because if you don't believe me, your smartphone is going to show you. And then you make your decision from there on whether you want to get on board and do the parasite cleanse and then continue elevating. It's up to you. So, good pair of glasses, write down the ingredients, see what the harmful effects are, and then you'll see for yourself. Oh wow. This is what I've been doing. This is why I'm feeling this way. Yeah, parasites. Inside and outside. And you get the right herbs in your system, you'll get them parasites out of you. And you'll feel more energy. You'll feel more alive. That's the goal. Nobody gets out alive, but while we are living, we can have quality of life. So cosmic.